Imagine a world where all laws are just and serve the common good. But what happens when a law seems to defy our deepest sense of right and wrong? Several prominent theories in political philosophy justify not obeying unjust laws. These include natural law theory, various social contract traditions, and certain utilitarian perspectives. These frameworks provide a theoretical basis for questioning legal obligations when faced with morally objectionable statutes. Natural law theory posits that there are universal, inherent moral principles that transcend human-made laws. If a positive law, meaning a human-enacted law, conflicts with these higher natural laws, then it is not truly a law at all. A Latin maxim often cited is lex injusta non est lex, which translates to an unjust law is no law. Therefore, there is no moral duty to obey something that lacks genuine legal or moral force. The social contract perspective suggests that legitimate government power arises from an agreement, explicit or implicit, among individuals to surrender some freedoms in exchange for protection and a stable society. The government's legitimacy is contingent upon upholding its end of the contract, which includes protecting fundamental rights and ensuring justice. When a law is unjust, it is seen as a breach of this fundamental contract, potentially nullifying the citizen's obligation to obey. While often focused on maximizing overall happiness or well-being, utilitarianism can also justify disobedience. If obeying an unjust law leads to a greater net harm or suffering than disobeying it, then disobedience becomes the morally preferable action. This calculation involves weighing the consequences of obedience versus non-obedience, aiming for the greatest good for the greatest number. These theories provide critical lenses for evaluating legal mandates. They suggest that citizens and moral agents have a responsibility to critically assess laws, not merely to follow them blindly. This often underpins arguments for civil disobedience, where individuals deliberately break an unjust law to highlight its injustice and effect change, accepting potential penalties. The action is not taken lightly but as a moral imperative rooted in these deeper theoretical commitments. Understanding these theoretical distinctions helps us differentiate between laws that are merely inconvenient and those that are fundamentally unjust. For instance, procedural injustice refers to unfair application or creation of laws, while substantive injustice relates to the content of the law itself being morally wrong. These nuances guide ethical legal thought, moving beyond a simple law is law stance. Ultimately, these philosophical theories offer robust arguments for placing moral conviction above mere legal decree when faced with profound injustice. They equip individuals with a principled foundation for understanding when and why a law might forfeit its claim to obedience, fostering a more thoughtful and ethically engaged citizenry.